Welcome to Pure Joy Tarot. Will be a reading for Virgo signs in the month of June leading up to July. So with the astrological houses system, we have 12 cards, one for each house of development, descending and then ascending. So we'll have an influence card in the middle as well. So that card will relate to every other house. So without further ado, we'll stop shuffling. Right, Virgo astrological house system. What do Virgos need to know in June, July? June, July reading. June, July for Virgos. June, July for Virgos. June, July for Virgos. June, July. That told me, didn't it? Right, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 relationships, always a good one. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so the overall influence card for June, July is the Hermit. So this is about going within inside yourself to find your own truth, Virgos, and before shining it on other people. So that will mean before making a decision, instead of rashly going in, this is about going inside, knowing your own truth before shedding light on the situation. Sometimes it means being alone, but a lot of the time it's going within to find what's really essential for you. So in June, July, the first house is about yourself. So this is a judgment card. So being a little bit self-critical, and we all know Virgos can do that quite significantly. But here in June, July, it's about really understanding what the situation is about. So this is why it's really useful to go within inside yourself as a hermit. Just meditate, and if family around you and people are also in a kind of conflicted environment, then knowing who you are is a good thing, because we can't act and we can't say without knowing our real truth. So this is important in June, July, to really judge situations quietly inside before we say our piece, unless we've got other communication in certain areas. So it's a healing card as well for you. So just being less negative in a critical way about yourself and finding the real truth of love and harmony within yourself before you go into that situation. So house 2, Virgos, is all about possession and values. Wow, so we got the Lover's card, so that's nice. That's really important, to value how you love yourself, value how love comes into your life. So this is a great time. Look at all these major arcana cards, Virgos. Wow. So I interrupted myself, very bad. So with the Lover's card, it's also about choice. So when we choose whether we give love or receive love, or indeed a situation, do I want to be alone, do I want a relationship, this is where having the time to judge what you do want. But you value this in June and July. You value how love can be like a possession. Is your partner possessive over you? Do you know what I mean? So it's like, are they more domineering than yourself? So because this card is very much like Adam and Eve, it's almost like the temptation there to whether to go with a kind of lustful situation or go what really is true value of yourself. And this is why in June and July we only really need one card reading, is to go inside yourself to find your true value, the true who you are. So if you're finding yourself too much giving to everyone else and too many eggs in one basket kind of thing in all these situations, now is a great time to choose what do you value regards love, regard choices. So sometimes you can go into these situations where the other person goes, oh come on, let's go out, or oh come on, you know, let's have sex, and maybe you're trying to find that deeper relationship. This is why the Judgment card is there. So I would definitely, when you're inside yourself, really finding out the truth, to really choose what is right for you. Very much. Right, how we communicate in June, July, Virgos. What, did I shuffle these cards? You've got the World. So it's very much the bye-bye fly. So it's about communicating to the world. So you're going to have a period of contemplation, and then you're going to go out in the world and discover things. So because this World card has got all signs within it, earth, fire and water, you'll be able to communicate quite freely. So because you've judged yourself and gone inside yourself, all what you need to say in the world will be there. So it's like you've made the choice, moving into the world, and it literally is, anything is possible for Virgos in June, July. So you will have a feeling of actually money matters will be quite good. There is a lucky charm going on for you, Virgos. Wow, that's interesting. Wow, so you may find you be able to be quite lucky in the way you're communicating. So contemplating on what you say and then saying it, you'll find you'll get loads of positive answers. So I really like that. Wow. Okay, time for some minor arcana cards, don't you reckon? So this is house 4, the roots of how you're grown up. So your situation now. Page of Wands. So it's like you've come through this before descending, arising, and you're finding the root of the matter is really looking, I know that's the inner child, but really looking at how you did grow up, how you can start again in moving forward. If you're actually looking at birthing as well, it seems to be a very applicable month, June, July, for looking at family, looking at birth, really embracing change. So it's like the clearing of the way and changing, but it has to be right for you, because you do have a choice in your values. You can choose whether to be family orientated or not. So yeah, right, moving to the 5th house. This is about inner child, things like that, how we relate to children. So you've got the 6 of Swords there. So it's moving away from how you've seen yourself growing up. So it's all right. It's like you've got this maturity going on here with the inner card going inwards. Maturely, you can move on with the ideas. You can either take your family away in expressing what you want, or you can move away from a painful kind of childhood here, how you've been brought. That's bad English. But this is where the Judgment card is. Judging yourself to move on a mental level, how parents and people have influenced the thought waves. Now you can move away from that. You can take yourself away from the thought patterns of negativity. So that's really good. So 6, this is everyday issues. Wow, oh, that's great. This is the 10 of Pentacles, Virgo. So this is very grounding for Virgos. So family life is very important to Virgos at the moment in June, July. So having a look at starting afresh to maintain a way of communicating, so going back with the choice system is always a good idea. Having a look at culturally where you are, having a look at sometimes religion, and this is where the depth and the judgment is intertwined, but it's looking at ancestry as well. This card is coming a lot in June, July. I suppose it's coming up because of what's been going on world events. Now there is a tree of life going on within this card, so branching off in different aspects of families as well. So a lot of you may have stepchildren and step extended families, and even within children they've got half sisters and half brothers and things like that. It's all coming together in the daily routine of bringing harmony. This card here with the possession and values is also about harmony. It's about choosing a oneness, a yin yang, to be together. So the whole family aspect, the daily routine of what's going on, needs to be together, working in harmony. So again, if you want time alone from this can be chaotic aspects, then that's good. Also, for some Virgos, prosperity is going on in your daily life as well. So within career and work, because this is reputation and career, but this is mundane kind of little jobs and little work, it's quite prosperous. So just having that base and branching out and really developing that is quite significant. Wow. Right, this is exciting one, number 7. Right, so house 7 here is about relationships. So there's a bit of emotional disappointment going on, which is fine. Okay, don't be too disheartened. The 5 of Cups is about spilling emotions, but then realizing you've got it. This is why perhaps the choice in house 2 is very important. In June, July, you've got to choose where you want to put your emotions. So with the 5 of Cups, as you can see, the 3 of Cups have been spilt. Bit of poison spilt, bit of blood spilt. Everything needs to be empty before the newness can come in. So this would mean a kind of releasing old emotions to get the newness in. So this is why here with the roots of the foundation was essential. Find out what was painful in your past, in your childhood. Just let it go. We've all had a difficult childhood, even if it was the best in the whole world. But there are aspects in our childhood, in the way we've been brought up, how we deal with relationships. So sometimes we attract the same, but sometimes we really fight it and go against the grain. Oh, my parents were like this, X, Y, Z. And that's why moving away from those aspects is an intelligent and mature way of going things. So with the 2 of Cups here, Virgo, if you notice there is 2 of the Cups behind yourself, the person, and then there is a bridge to cross over the new river. So finding a new river is very in tune with this, and then moving away on an intelligent level. There you go. Okay, so it's very useful to have this card. Why has the computer gone off? It's very useful to have this card because, as I said, you've got to empty out the old to put in the new. It's like we are a cup, we are a vessel, our vehicle. Empty all the unwanted stuff, give it a good clean, and then fill it with beauty, harmony and love. So don't be too afraid of that. Don't be too critical, Virgo, of yourself, because that's directly opposite. So, you know, it's essential to do that. And it's always good, even if that wasn't there, to do that. Just check the emotions and then throw the unwanted stuff away. 8. So house 8 is the Two of Swords. This is about money, transformation. So yeah, it's like there is a sense with these two cards of going inwards before we can go outwards. So it's directly opposite the choice card here. So in two minds of what to do. And because it's in the night time with the moon card, there's a moon. So what is illusion and what is not? So if you can think, Virgos, in June and July, intelligently move on from what was painful, then you'll be able to see a lot clearer once all these emotions have been dropped. So that's really good. So thinking about the daily activities with money could also be an issue here, tying that in. So it's about opening up to what you truly are, not being self-critical, as we said. So money issues shouldn't be a problem if you really go inside and then really think what you do want. 8, 9, right, 9. So we've got a little bit of 5 of Wands going on, a little bit of conflict of where we want to travel and things like that. So that's a totally different card from the rest of June, July. So it could be with there's some sort of disagreements between the step families and other people extended what is going on, so just have a little watch about that in the 9th house. Yeah, just a little bit of sorting out, really. Right, let's have a look at your career and how people see you in your reputation. So there's a big change coming up. So the Tower, in career and reputation and how people see you, is there's a significantly big change. So this is good because what's happening here, this is right the crown of your whole situation, Virgos. If you do allow this disappointment to release, you will find that change. In fact, the universe isn't giving you a choice, even though you think you've got a choice, which is good. There is going to be a big change here in June, July. How people see you, how you see yourself. So it's extremely vital with this card here to really go inside on what's important. Now the reason why that is good is because you will find your own love strength within yourself. You'll tap in and you'll say, I'm okay. So when major change happens around us, we can deal with it a lot better if we're more aware, if we're more awake. So you will get there because of this card. It's taking you maturely awake with your thinking, especially if you go inside, not being blind to the fact of what's going on, but being aware. So when this major change happens, you'll be a lot easier in the situation. Right, friends, house 11, friends and acquaintances kind of thing. So we've got the Ten of Swords. So with the Ten of Swords, it's all about seeing things from a different vantage point. So I think you'll have gone inside, found the disappointment and then released it to be able to see mentally how you can move on. Maybe conversations with friends haven't been up to par, so to speak, and those people around you. So sometimes it's very important to let those family members, friends, those people around you kind of develop a hard shell and walk away, if you like. There's always a choice. But there is an aspect here that if you're blindsided, if you're not aware, then going down the same route time and time again with certain people will happen. Things won't change with that unless you allow it to change, unless you see the change to actually develop the change to change. So yeah, it can be disappointing, it can be hurtful, but if you go it, I'll keep nagging you, don't I? It's like sometimes being by the self to self-heal and self-develop is a lot better than being around those negative people that are not supporting you and bringing people down, yourself down. But you will be able to communicate what you want to communicate to certain people. So that's really good. So the last house, number 12, that's a nice card to have. The Strength. So these are about hidden things, spirituality. I know that is, but this one is more to go inside what's hidden. So what is hidden for Virgos is a strength, an inner strength. So obviously you've been doing your work from today or even now. Because I always say things happen really quickly or really slowly, depending on how we're willing to move forward. So I think that's a great card here in the 12th house to move forward significantly and develop that strength. And then when people are seeing the change within you, they're going, oh, Miss Virgo, Mrs. Virgo and Mr. Virgo is really changing at the moment. Why is that? That's not normal. It's because you'll have the inner strength to actually do that. So there's a lot of healing going on. So yeah, so I would definitely relate these two together. The intelligent aspect in moving forward, the absolutely clarity that you're going to get from going within is essential. Now we'll just do a little, let's do a little bit on house 7, because that's that disappointment is quite significant, isn't it? So let's get some clarity on house 7 for Virgos, please. Right. Always money issues. Could be money issues, that the disappointment of going in house 7. Not enough money, you're working too hard, the other person's not. But it's staying true to yourself, because here are you in the Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, and as long as you are true to yourself, then working on being allowed to work and build practicalities up, your home life and money is there. So if money has been an issue lately, and arguments surrounding money in relationships, then just be true to yourself. Just know that you can be grounded, doing some grounding exercises, holding crystals, walking barefoot on grass or the beach or anything like that, because Virgos are an earth sign, I know you know that, but just recharging yourself with that will help significantly. So Virgos, I wish you all the best in June, July, and embrace change within to really help yourself. Learn in a way to accept who you are. A willingness to accept and choose love of self is very important. Please don't be too critical on your life and your situations, please. So I wish you all the best for June, July, and we'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Do take care. Lots of love. God bless.